Did you know that this common question, what are your career goals, is actually a dangerous one that can cost you your offer if you're not careful? Let's find out why. Hi guys, my name is Matt and I'm a career coach at Elevation Career, helping you to achieve all your career advancement goals through practical, top-notch training. To understand why this question, this career goal question is risky, we need to first figure out the reasons why employers like to ask it in the first place. And there are two main objectives. First, employers want to know if you have a goal. By asking this, they can find out if you are a goal-oriented person and have any aspirations for growth. Second, and this will be our topic today, they also want to assess if the candidate will likely stay with the new firm for a long time. And in order to determine this, the interviewer wants to know, number one, if you are genuinely interested and committed to the role. And number two, if their role can meet your career goals within a reasonable amount of time. Why? Because if the role is not able to meet the goals of the candidate soon, at least the short-term ones, then it is quite likely that the candidate will start looking again. And so for the rest of this video, I will dive deep into these 2 points, genuine interest and if the goals are achievable, and how you should prepare your response accordingly. Let's go. Number one, make your answer 100% about the role you're interviewing for. You should only mention goals that are directly related to the role in question. Because if you mention any goal that is outside of what the role pertains to or what the role can provide, the employer will likely believe that you are in fact not genuinely interested in the role that they have. One of the biggest fears of a hiring manager is employing someone who will leave them quickly. And when I say quickly, I mean within less than 1 to 2 years. And the reason why they're so afraid is because of the cost of making a wrong hiring decision. It is extremely expensive, both financially and resource-wise, to bring in someone new. First, there is a long waiting period during which they're trying to identify the right person. You need to get the new headcount approved, write a new JD, post jobs online, engage with recruiters, shortlist candidates, go through numerous rounds of interviews, propose an offer, have that offer approved, and if the candidate does not accept the offer, then you're back to square one and have to start the whole process all over again. And if the candidate does accept, then you need to wait for them to resign, pass background checks, and serve out their notice period until they can finally start. And during this time, if any of the steps goes wrong, then you are back to square one again. And during this time, the cost continues to add up because it costs money to use job boards and work with recruiters. But not only that, you are most likely losing profit due to the lack of workforce. But that is just the beginning. Once the new person starts, then you need to spend time training that person. He or she would need time to learn the new systems and processes. They probably need time to learn the new business and build new relationships and etc. As you can see, there is a lot of investment that goes into the new staff. And all of this will go to waste if the new employee leaves within a short period of time. As a result, if the interviewer hears anything during the interview that even remotely suggests that the candidate is not that keen on the role, it creates a considerable amount of concern in the employer's mind. And more often than not, it leads to the employer deciding in the end not to make the offer. As you can imagine, every candidate during the interview will say that they're 100% interested and committed to the job that they're applying for, right? And so from the interviewer's point of view, they're on constant lookout for any signs that indicate a lack of interest and commitment. And most of the time, if you mention anything other than the job as part of your career goals, they will likely assume that what you really want to do is the other thing that you just alluded to. As a candidate, it is quite common to be open to different types of opportunities. Maybe you want to try something new, move to a different team, a new area of focus, or there may even be some hobbies or side projects that you want to pursue down the line, and etc. And it doesn't mean that you are not interested in the role you're applying for. It's just that there are multiple avenues and areas that you may consider in the future. For example, a lawyer who specializes in one sector may be open to a different area. Or a salesperson may consider moving to relationship management or account management down the line. Or you may even want to start your business one day, which may or may not even happen. And all these are great. By all means, do pursue them. And there are specific job search tips for moving to a different area too. All I'm saying is, if any of your plans and desires are not part of the very job that you are applying to and interviewing for, do not bring them up during the meeting. Because if you do, almost always, the interviewer will misinterpret it as you not being genuinely interested in the opportunity and actually wanting to do something else soon. Remember, they're on constant lookout. They're looking for hints that someone may not stay with them very long. And what they'll think is that you will likely move on to a different role the first chance you get. Throughout my recruitment career, I have witnessed so many qualified candidates whom even the employer agrees are fit for the job, in the end not getting the offer because they answered this question incorrectly. The feedback from the employer would be something like, we feel this person is a strong profile, but it seems he or she wants to do something else. Or she is qualified for the job, but her motivation and interests are not aligned with this position, which is really unfortunate because in most of these cases, the candidate absolutely loved the opportunity and the company. You see, once the motivation is in doubt, the employer will almost always choose not to hire the person. Because again, the cost of a wrong hire is too much. So make sure that your reply is 100% focused on the position that you're there for. Number 2, keep your goals flexible and open. As I mentioned, another piece of information that the employer is after is whether your goals are achievable in the near future. Because if your goals cannot be achieved within a reasonable amount of time, it is quite possible and likely that the candidate will start looking again. And if you mention goals that are too specific, then you run the risk of saying something that the employer believes they're not able to provide. For example, responses such as, my goal is to start managing a team in a few years. Or let's say you're interviewing for an assistant manager role and you say, my aim is to become a manager in 2 years. I want to eventually own and drive the entire program for this initiative. Or my career goal is to become a director. The problem is that, first, we're not even sure if these opportunities, such as managing a team, running the entire program, or becoming a director, will be available in the future. And second, even if they are, the hiring manager won't know for sure if they can offer you these positions because there are many factors to be considered. And this will, in turn, only create more uncertainty in the mind of the hiring manager. So instead, if you want to maximize your chances of getting the offer, it's best to keep your goals more open and flexible. For example, instead of saying that I want to manage a team, you can say, I want to grow in my role and have more leadership responsibilities. Instead of saying, I want to be promoted to the manager position from assistant manager, you can say, I want to progress in my career and position. And instead of saying, I want to drive and own the entire program, you may want to say, I would like to have more exposure and have greater decision-making ability. And then, after you get the offer, after you start, and you find your footing in the new company, then by all means, discuss your specific career goals, plans, and desires with your manager, which, by the way, everybody should do. But during the interview, you're much better off keeping these things broad and open. So to recap, we learned that the seemingly innocent question, what are your career goals, are in fact a dangerous one you need to be careful about. We also learned what employers are really looking for when raising this question, and that they want to gauge how long you will likely stay with them. Therefore, what you want to do is, number one, keep your answer 100% focused on the role you're interviewing for. And number two, keep your goals flexible and open. I hope you liked this video. If you did, please click the like button below and consider subscribing. It would mean a lot to me and encourage me to continue to post helpful, practical tips for your job search. Thank you for watching. Elevate your life by elevating your career. See you soon.